guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm still here, day 27 at the Javits Center for the New York Auto Show. Of course, I would not leave the show until we did this car right here. What is it? This is a 2024 Chevrolet Camaro. This one is an SS convertible. But before we get into this rapid blue, rapid moving drop top, let's talk about what's going on here. As you heard, 2024 is the final year of the Camaro. It is officially going to be killed off. I know many people, including myself, have been trying to guesstimate when that final year was going to be because, as you can see, the Camaro at the Chevrolet Display Center is all the way against the wall near the exit, literally. And the vehicle is making its exit for this upcoming year. Now, been around since 1967. Its main purpose was always to go after the mighty Mustang, which came about in 1964 and a half. It's been a wild ride. There's been some major highs and some major lows. And the Camaro has disappeared once upon a time before after the 2002 model year. But what I want to find out is, are you going to regret, say you've been putting it off, are you going to regret not buying yourself that drop top Camaro SS that you've always wanted ever since you were a kid? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this rapid blue convertible SS and find out. Right off the bat, this last generation, the 6th generation, never looked better proportion-wise. Sitting on that Alpha 2 chassis that actually the Cadillac ATS once sat on, gives it a little bit smaller dimension than the 5th generation, which, remember, 5th gen came out in 2010 after there was no Camaro for almost 8 years. As we start at the front of the business, really sleek, mean, and lean, but definitely a Camaro machine. You got your LED lighting, projector beam, daytime running lamp. We got some chirping tires in the background. Don't worry, because like I said, a chirping tire is always a happy tire. But LED lighting, what I do like is the functional corner air curtains, flat black, and some more exterior lighting down below. As we come across the front, what I'm digging on this particular one is not only the color. Rapid blue, I first saw my first rapid blue vehicle, a Chevy vehicle, was a C8 Corvette that we actually reviewed here on Raiti's Rides. I actually think rapid blue fits a Camaro better rather than a C8 Corvette. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. But you'll notice that SS badge looking good. What does it stand for? Super Sport. And that lets you know that you have the extra performance. We have our blacked out bow tie. And really, when they refreshed the front end after that big debacle where they had the flow tie in the center on the SS, remember how there was like people starting wars and fights and everything over it? They kind of came to their senses and brought a cleaner design, which is the way that obviously the Camaro is going to be leaving us. But on the bottom portion, you do have some gloss black, fully functional, and I love the way the splitter extends nicely. And remember, the Camaro SS has a unique front fascia. If you buy a Camaro with a 6-cylinder or a 4-cylinder turbo, even if you get an RS, it's got a different front fascia, which I like that. It's very unique. Now, when we get up onto that hood, you get your slight bulge, and I'm loving the stripe kit. You have your carbon flash stripe with the bright silver, and then, of course, that functional heat extractor. I always thought that it would have looked a little bit better if they made it closer to the windshield, just a little bit. Sort of like a GT500, but still, it's nice that it's functional, and it's nice that it's there. As we come around the bend on this particular SS, you're gonna see a very unique optional wheel setup. So you have your machine aluminum, gloss black, 20-inch wheel all the way around. I like the way this one has those shock, that's what the name of that color is, shock yellow calipers, Brembo calipers with the Camaro badge. You get the upgraded brakes when you go Camaro SS. It's not just about the power underneath the hood. You get the beefed up brakes, you get the beefed up suspension, and you could also option magnetic ride, which I highly recommend. It's some of the best suspension components on a Camaro, just like you could get on a C8 Corvette. And guess what? General Motors was the one that developed that technology. Now, as we come down the side, I love the way you got the Camaro badge with the red, white, and blue, going all the way back to 1967. Color matching window frame, satin black on your mirrors, and then working our way. I think what a lot of people like about the drop top is that you don't have to worry about the blind spots when the top is down. So that's very good news. Now, working towards the rear, so smart for the Camaro to have this great tonneau cover to hide the convertible top, and I love the way the stripe goes all the way back, even up on top of the rear spoiler. Rear wheels and tires are gonna be wider to get the traction down to the ground, of course. Still getting those Brembo calipers at the back. And speaking of the back, this is where things are getting good. So on a Camaro, you never find the rally stripe go all the way down, and I'm okay with that. What I do like is, look, on this special edition package, you actually have the silhouette of the Camaro, always gonna be remembered, the blacked out bow tie. I actually dig the taillights now. The way that they're smoked and the way that they're shaped, I like them more than when I first saw them. SS badge, I always think the badge would look better here. The reason why is, go back to 1967, that's where they put the SS badge. Nobody put it on a bumper. They put it on the actual trunk lid. So it's always been my little thing. Down below, we do have the GM Performance exhaust. You can make it quiet, keep the peace, or do what I do, make it loud and say, hey, I got a V8, it's gonna sing, I don't give a damn. Nice staggered tips, large trumpet openings, and they're stainless steel, but really finish the tail off back nicely. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop that hood and talk about that V8 engine. All right, guys, the days are numbered, the clock is ticking, it is the end of this vehicle. But what we still have is that tried and true push rod V8 engine. What are we talking about? 6.2 liters of naturally aspirated goodness, producing 455 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque. You can have your 10-speed automatic, and you can have your 6-speed manual transmission. I love the way on the SS, you got this massive strut tower brace. It literally looks like a part of the Brooklyn Bridge, not too far from the Javits Center. The one thing I always have to zonk though is this engine cover. This is all plastic cover. Yeah, it's better looking than what's on the current Mustang, but I want to see the intake plenum. You do get to see the nice large throttle body, and that's going to suck that air in so you can make that nice kaboom of combustion in the 8 cylinders of this beast. But why don't we go ahead, let's get inside and talk about what's special about the one here on display. All right, guys, here we are. Top is down. I'm ready to rock and roll in this thing. And it's crazy, like I said, to think that this is it. But you know what? We're going to cover it, and we're going to keep bringing these fire-breathing V8 Camaros no matter what. Even if we have to go and find some of yours that you own to bring onto the channel. But sitting here at the Javits Center, I know you're saying to yourself, Joe, what am I gonna do? Should I buy this Camaro? Should I not buy the Camaro? I'm not 100% sure yet. Well, let me take you on a little tour. Remember, the Camaro, you could get an LT1 V8 starting at $37,000. This one with all the goodies and stuff, obviously you're looking around $53,000, but let's see what this has and if you should regret or if you should buy. To the door panels, still that clean style. I like the way you have that soft leather style material up top, contrast stitching, same thing on the armrest. And you see that silver trim, there's actually ambient color you could bring up. It's blue right now, but you could do 64 Crayola crayon colors. They actually work with Crayola to develop the ambient lighting. You do have the required Camaro Twinkie tray. It's at the back of the door panel there. 2 New York style Twinkies. And we got the Bose sound system, which is gonna give you some fine tunes, but I'm telling you, with this car, you're not gonna wanna listen to radio. Now, when you go to the dash, this has the optional carbon fiber on the dash here. I wish they would have an option for the door panel to make it all kind of cohesive. Let me know how you feel about the carbon fiber. It's real, the real deal stuff. Still using the same infotainment system, but you know what? It's integrated, and I'm okay with that. 8-inch, very intuitive, very fast reacting, and I like the way the ambient lighting goes across the top. You got that cool way of adjusting your climate controls, temperature, blower fan, and then of course we have heated and ventilated seats. This is the goodness. This is where the magic happens. This is where I like spending all my time. 6-speed Tremec manual transmission, nice crisp engagement. It actually has the SS badge on the shift knob, leather wrapped of course, nice short throws. You do have your mode selector switch, and the one zonk that's big time in here is the 12 volt where they placed it. It needs to be somewhere up here. And the reason why is you're gonna wanna run a radar detector or you're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble very, very fast. 2 cup holders, nice leather on the armrest. Open this up, not a lot of room, but you do have 2 USB-As and an aux jack and a place for 4 packs of candy cigarettes. So you can look cool with the top down with your candy cigarette in your mouth. Leather seats, the stitching, the SS badge, the 2 colors. You do have power assist for the passenger, power assist for the driver, and yes, we do have back seats. Now, you're gonna probably wanna be no bigger than 3 feet tall or a stuffed animal to fit back there. But you can try to share the fun with some friends as you're ripping through the 6-speed and letting that V8 sing. But why don't you come over here behind the business end? I wanna show you where you're gonna be piloting this Rapid Blue Camaro. All right guys, business time behind this Camaro SS. I love the way this one has these beautiful aluminum sill plates with the shock yellow look. There's the Camaro looking never better right there. And then we do have a good pedal box. I'm gonna zonk this one, no aluminum pedals. But the great news is, look at how easy it is to heel toe downshift. You go into that corner on the brakes, downshift. Or if you don't know how to do that, I'll show you how it will automatically rev match downshift for you. We do have power seat controls, easy to access. I like the way the bolstering is, nothing too crazy, but it is gonna hold you in place. And then the steering wheel, flat bottom with that other Camaro right there in shock yellow. Love the leather. You do have paddles on the back of the wheel. This is to turn on and off the rev match downshift feature. And then of course we have our analog gauges and that 7-inch display, which I can't show you because I can't fire this one up, but it's nice to have the combo deal of the analog and the digital, and you have a head-up display. Now, I'm not gonna show you the trunk, but I'm gonna close this door, and I'm just gonna sit here and think about how very soon we're not gonna see Camaros anymore at auto shows. So, all right, I'm about to fall asleep. I gotta wrap this one up. Let's wrap it up from the Javits Center. All right, guys. It's been a crazy time here at the Javits Center. You know, I have a smile on my face, but deep down inside, I'm crying a little bit because it's crazy to think that the Camaro has met its end. Now, will we see it again? Who knows? But I cringe thinking that it might be an EV or, God forbid, a 4-door EV. That's not a Camaro. Call it something else. But let me know what you think about this Rapid Blue drop top. Are you gonna regret not buying that Camaro SS that you wanted? Or are you excited for what the future brings? Let me know how you feel in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. We gotta give it up to Lori Givens Raiti. You know what? She rocks a manual transmission like nobody's business. She also loves the sound of a throaty V8. So show her some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for being the badass that you are. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.